Hello, let's talk about the 5 steps to shifting really heavy energy and clearing ancestral blocks. With this current environment that we've been experiencing, some of you, not everyone, but a lot of you are feeling really heavy. You're feeling like heavy energy. And I have a process that I created years and years and years ago that helps you shift heavier energy, mind, body, and soul level. And it's so powerful that instead of keeping it like behind a paywall, I am going to share with you those 5 steps here, along with a couple of stories so that you can really feel how to shift this. And the reason why I am sharing this is because right now you are being called to heal. You are being called to shift some shadows, heal those shadows, recognize triggers. You are being called to shift beliefs. And this process that I am going to share with you is going to help you do all of that. And it is really going to help you connect with what I've been calling 5D living and 5D living. And this process has helped my clients create multi-million-dollar businesses while being married to crazy narcissistic guys and end up leaving those relationships and marrying the men of their dreams and having miracle babies. I've had clients that have healed PTSD while using this process. And so I like to keep things easy. I put it in steps. Hello! I put it in simple steps because we know that stuff comes up. And I'm recording this at a time, it's about a week after the election, and we have a lot of people that are feeling confused, or they're feeling sad, or they're feeling things in their bodies, they're feeling emotional. And so this is for you, okay? And so one of the things that I want to talk about is, if you've been feeling it, I know for myself, I was feeling emotions like before the election, right? Just there were little videos, possibilities, potentials that would just bring up tears, and they would bring up a lot of like strong emotion and all of those things. It was positive, strong emotion, lots of tears, lots of shedding, lots of release. And it would seem like it was for nothing. It was maybe a simple TikTok video of a little girl dressed up like president or something like that, and that would bring up emotion. But nothing is for nothing, right? If it's anything that's bringing up emotion, then you get to look at that, feel it, and allow yourself to move through it. And so the current mood in a lot of the spaces that I've been in has had a lot of frustration, anger, feeling abandonment, and sadness. And the important thing I want to talk about here is about not staying in that energy. Like, we don't have time for that. That is not where you get to stay, but it is what gets to be seen. It is what gets to be moved through. Right? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm seeing all of you gorgeous people. Like, it really gets to be moved through. So if you've been experiencing tiredness, anger, frustration, sadness, any of those energies, I want to see it in the comments. And I want you to know you're not alone, but I'm going to show you what you can do. And so one of the things that is important for us at this time period, is that we don't allow things to separate us, and that we don't allow things to have us in an energy of us versus them kind of feeling, because division is anti-oneness. And when we're thinking about 5D energy, it is really coming from a not of this side versus that side. It's coming from a loving space. You don't have to want to hang out with people all the time or have them in your space, so you don't have to do all of that. But when we are wishing ill will or badness on one side, it brings it back to us. And so what I want to do today is where we can now like step back and focus internally on ourselves, because when you focus on yourself and you stop focusing on this side versus that side or hate or anything of that, when you start focusing on yourself, that's when you'll start to see the ripple effect of the work that you are doing internally, and you can like stop focusing on everyone else. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And so what I received deeply from guidance was for me to share my process, and it's called the Aligned Soul Alchemy process. And the reason why guidance was like, share it publicly, because normally it's only my private clients, or if you've been in a paid container of mine, that I share this, but it's because it's to help you move forward. Okay, so it's to help you move forward and be able to rapidly shift when sadness comes up or when anger comes up, because I want you to be able to feel those feelings, move them up and through your body, and then be able to like feel the relief because those feelings have come up and shifted. And so what we have right now happening is we are shifting timelines. We have anchored in a new timeline. We are shifting, and we are shifting to more of a 5D living, right? The age of Aquarius began, and then we were like, we're shifting. The vibrations are higher. Children are coming in at higher vibrations. All of that is happening. And so then when you have like a catastrophic moment or something that feels off or something that's like, oh, this doesn't feel right, you are being called to look at any trigger. You're being called to look at anything that sets you off so that you can say, ooh, what's here for me, so that I can shift, right? Are you feeling me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And so even when it feels like, oh, why did that happen? Or that wasn't supposed to happen, the astrology is off, or something feels not right, and you're probably correct, something feels not right about this. You're not meant to like sit there and be in the fight and fight and be like, ah. You're meant to go within and say, what do I shift here? What is here? What is going on? I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling frustrated. And you get to move through that. Okay? And so what I'm going to do is take you through the steps on how to move through the sadness, the anger, the frustration, whatever is coming up. I am going to take you through the 5-step process. It's called Aligned Soul Alchemy. And when I say it is powerful, I am not mincing any words. It is very, very powerful. And this is my gift to you, so that anytime the anger, the frustration, the annoyance, the abandonment, anything that comes up that makes you feel separate, that makes you feel us versus them, that makes you feel so like all of those feelings, this is where you come. You come back to using this process, and this process will make a difference, and it will help you shift that energy that's coming up. Okay? So let's talk about the first step. The first step of my Aligned Soul Alchemy process is called awareness. And so I always like to say awareness is the beginning of transformation. Once you are aware of something, you cannot be unaware of it anymore. You can't stick the genie back in the bottle. It's something that now you're aware of, and you can't not be aware of it anymore. And so once you are aware of something, and let's say you feel a heaviness, you feel a sadness, you feel anger, you feel frustration, you feel all of that in your body, then what you get to do is celebrate. Celebrate that it came up, celebrate that it's here, and then you get to go to the next step. The next step is acknowledgement. And so acknowledgement is what I like to call the mean girl step. So what it is you're acknowledging how you're feeling, you're acknowledging what has come up, and what are you going to do is you're going to write it or speak out all of the thoughts, the crazy things, the things that are coming up that are really where you can associate it with the awareness that has come up. And so, for example, if you are feeling like frustrated, or you're feeling like let down, or you're feeling like, how did the world turn out like this, right? You're feeling that, and you're feeling unfrustrated, you're feeling betrayed, whatever. You have the awareness, this has come up, it's coming up deeply, it's coming up in your body. You go to the next step, which is the acknowledgement step. And now you get to tell yourself all of the things that you're thinking or you're feeling associated with it. So you acknowledge that I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling annoyed, I'm feeling abandoned, I'm feeling like, what the hell? How did this happen? I'm feeling like I can't trust anybody. This world doesn't trust in me. It doesn't believe in me. It doesn't listen to me. It doesn't care about me. It doesn't care about my rights. It doesn't care about this. Like whatever. I want you to have it all come out. And I call this the mean girl step because you're allowing this anger, frustration, annoyance, fear, you're allowing it to be seen without judgment, without making it wrong, without making it mean anything. You are just allowing yourself to release it and let it come up. Right? Because once you become aware and then you acknowledge it, you can start to feel it either coming up and being a little bit more powerful in your body. So it's like, right? It's coming up. And so then we go to step 3, which is the allowance and acceptance side. And so allowing and accepting doesn't mean you're like, okay, I'm just going to feel shitty for the rest of the week. No. The allowing and accepting piece means we're coming back, we're not judging, we're like, I'm acknowledging that I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling all of this stuff, right? So you're like, I'm acknowledging this and I'm so mad, right? And then what you get to do is start becoming aware of where in your body are you feeling tension, or where in your body is this emotion rising up in. And a lot of times, like for me, this is where I do the somatic piece, where I'm sitting with it and I'm tapping my thymus tapping, or I'm breathing and I'm going outside and I'm going to scream and I'm going to beat up on the ground and I'm going to be like, I am done with this. This is right? I'm just letting this stuff like come out, up and out of my body. This is an important piece because you want to go through all 5 of these steps without stopping, because you want to move whatever's come up and out of your body. And if you decide that you're going to allow and accept and start moving your body, tapping out the tension, allowing yourself to like bring all of this through its height, you've acknowledged it, you've told yourself all the mean girl thoughts, and now you let it come up and out of your body. And then you will find yourself feeling a physical shift and feeling that this is now dissipated and moved out of your body. And once you can feel that, you can come back to the final 2 steps. The 4th step is appreciation. This is the love step. This is the step where you get to sit in love and appreciation for you, for all parts of you, for the you that believed those things, who was upset about those things, for the ancestors or for the past lives where you experienced this and now you're choosing that you no longer have to feel this. You get to just really truly love and appreciate this, and you get to say, and now I am complete with this cycle. This is important. You're like, I am complete with this cycle. I have moved it up and out of my body. It's no longer stuck in my tissues and my cells. I've acknowledged all the things. I'm loving on myself, and thank you so much for me becoming aware that this is no longer mine. And now I am releasing it. I'm releasing it back to the earth, and I'm now loving on myself and deciding that I am no longer going to go through this cycle again. I am complete with this cycle. We are now complete. And so once you've decided that this circle is now complete, once you have now decided that you are done with that circle, then you get to go to the 5th step, which is the important step, and it's the step that doesn't end. It is the alignment step. This is where you get to align your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, your emotions, your intentions, your decisions, and most importantly, your actions with the new things that you're deciding. And so if I've decided that I am no longer feeling tied to old stories, I am deciding that I create my own reality. I am deciding that no one can decide what I do and what my worth is. I am deciding that I get to speak my truth boldly and loudly. And if you're deciding these things and you're declaring these things, and you get to speak forward and say, I like to write several pages of what my new reality gets to be. And I write these pages and I'm like, this is the way it's going to be. And this is how it's going to be. And I'm writing these things. And then what's most important, and this is what people miss when they've decided and they've done the inner work and they've done all the things. What's most important is that you move in alignment with the new idea, with the new thoughts, with your new beliefs, and that immediately you take an action so that you're telling your brain and your subconscious that you have shifted, that I am now deciding that this is the way it's going to be, and I am now deciding that this is how I'm going to move, and this is what I'm doing now. So like, for example, if it's a lighter thing and you're like, I'm deciding that I am no longer going to play this role of a participant and believing that I'm a second-class citizen or that I don't matter or that any of this is true, then what would I do if I knew that I mattered? What would I do? What steps would I take if I knew that I am no longer available for that? And then go and do them. Go and do them immediately. And so you have this 5-step process. What did I say? Awareness, number 1. Acknowledgement, number 2. Then you have the allowing and accepting step. This is where we somatically move the feelings out of our body, right? Number 4 is what? The appreciation step, where you're coming back to love. And then step 5 is the alignment step, which you decide what you are now moving forward with. And what do? You move in alignment with it. It is important that you come back to and remind yourself every time old thoughts get to come back, you say, well, I shifted that. I've decided that I'm no longer aligned with that. And now you immediately, again, take an action. Keep deciding and moving in the direction that you've decided to go. And so if it's like, I'm going to turn off the news. I am not going to listen to the news. I am not going to watch any of this stuff anymore. I am just moving out of that. Do it. If you decide that I am going to create the business of my dreams and create massive amounts of wealth for myself because I get to move anywhere I want to move, or I get to do anywhere I want to do, or I get to support anyone that I get to support, then you get to go do that and take the steps and do that. So just remember that it doesn't stop at one time shifting this. It stops when you completely decide over and over and over again that you are no longer going to go with those old stories. You've shifted the story, and now you get to choose your new story. You get to choose your new belief over and over again and act, move in alignment with that new thing. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I'm telling you, this is what my clients, we do this together. It is so powerful. And this is why one of my clients calls it rapid permanent transformation, because you get to observe what comes up. And I know now is a very challenging time. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up. It gets to come up and it gets to be shifted. You do not have to stay there. You do not have to let sadness or despair or anything else keep you where you are. You can use the process. Save this video. You can use the process that I shared here to allow yourself to come back to who you truly are. And then you use step 5 to be like, this is what gets to happen for me. And you keep choosing it over and over and over again. I just want you to feel that. And what I want you to know is that you get to focus on you right now. Remove your attention from all of the things outside of you. Remove your attention from trying to save everyone else. Remove your attention from all of that and put it back on you. Put it back on you. Feel the feelings that come up. Feel the emotions that are coming up. Anytime you're triggered, work through it, because the whole world is relying on you to shift those things internally. And wherever there's a trigger, there's a story. There's a story that you get to shift. There's something there for you, a gift, right? Triggers are gifts, and they're gifts that you get to unwrap and decide that you get to use them as fuel for where you're going. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And so I just want you to remember that you get to create whatever you desire. This isn't a time when you had no choices and you had limits. We have access to huge resources, and you get to tap into those resources and decide how you get to use them. But clarity of thought, clarity of your direction, clarity of listening to your soul and to where you're being channeled. It gets a little wonky when you're in the energies of anger or upset or frustration or despair. That's why we are meant to shift that. That's why you get to shift that now. And then once you shift these energies, then you can have the clarity of, ooh, my next step would be this, or ooh, I'm going to choose this. Just know that nothing is decided. You get to decide how you're going to move forward. You get to decide how you get to feel. And you will want to save this video and use that 5-step process that I shared with you, because it is going to help you shift in so many ways. And those of you who are like loving this process, guess what? I have got something that is coming, and it is coming in January. It is going to be amazing. It's on pre-sale now. It's called Sugar Baby. And Sugar Baby is aligned with my book, my best-selling book, which is called The Aligned Receiver. And it really is about remembering that the universe is sugar daddy, God is sugar daddy, right? And anytime you want something, it is already yours. And so in Sugar Baby, I'm going to show you how to align with the feeling of feeling like you're getting everything you've ever asked for, because you are the sugar baby. So for now, right now, because it's in pre-sale, it is $99. It is $99. It is going to go up to $999. So the link is in my bio, Sugar Baby, you'll see it, or you can message me Sugar Baby and I will get you the link, because it is going to be the best program to start your year off, to really connect with your infinite gift of receiving. But before you do all of that, before you're like, I get to receive and I get to have whatever I want, we've got to shift these energies. We get to shift the energy of despair. We get to shift the energy of frustration, the energy of anger, and all of this stuff that is coming up from our ancestors, from past lifetimes, that's ready to be healed, ready to be shifted. And now you have my paid, I normally charge for this. Now you have my 5 steps for rapid permanent transformation and for shifting all of this stuff to come that is coming up. And I want you to, like I said, save this video, because you are going to want to come back to it. You're going to use these steps over and over again. Bring your pen and paper, write them down, because they will change your life. So on that note, I am loving what we talked about today. You will want to rewatch this. I will make sure this is in my on my profile. Watch it. Just know that things are still settling. Nothing is finalized. Nothing is over. Stay woke. Stay eyes open. Come into your heart and just say, ooh, what is this triggering? What have these events opened up for me? What triggers? What separation? Where am I putting us versus them? Where am I leading with that energy? And let me shift that. Let me heal that. Let me focus on me right now, because that is what is important. Okay, so on that note, hugs, kisses, and all the feels. If you want to be in Sugar Baby, message me Sugar Baby and you'll get the link. And depending on when you're getting the link, that'll determine what the price point is. Hugs, kisses, and all the feels.